Both last weekend and this weekend, what are you seeing that you're liking out of the squad?
I like how they come together. I like how they're there for each other, on and off the mat. They're there to pick each other up. At Life, we had a couple losses that were tough losses, but they pick each other up and they move forward and they take care of their own individual match in that way. Yeah, I think that we have a special team.
What are you seeing out of Nenea as she's working her way back to 100%?
I see growth. She's grown from last year to this year, as far as her patience. Her injury last December was not a new injury she sustained. She had a very similar injury on the other side of that. So when it happened, it was pretty devastating to think that she had to go through it again. But she was very smart and diligent in her comeback of not trying to rush it and being patient, and it pretty much transferred, I feel like, how she presents herself on the mat. Today may have looked a little different because she was just freight training through her double legs, which was awesome. But in previous matches throughout the season, you could see a lot of tactical growth and mental growth in her.
A big part today was about debuts for a lot of people, transfers and freshmen. I'm curious, what did you tell the newbies going into today, and what did you hope they would get out of the experience? And I guess particularly Rianne and Valerie, who didn't get to wrestle today.
Mm-hmm.
Did you tell them anything when you realized that they wouldn't have matches that you still hope that they could take from the whole experience?
Yeah, when I found out that both teams didn't have a 103 and 110 pound, it really was a conversation with Rianne and all three of the 110 pounders, and really they dream of that experience of being in Carver, no matter if they have, obviously at first they would want to be able to compete, but one of them was like, can I still go out there and take the forfeit? I've always dreamt to get my hand raised in Carver, so it's like, absolutely. I think the women that we have recruited, for the most part, live for moments like this. They feel that energy from the fans and the community who come out and support them, and they feed off of that. They, like Reese had said earlier, they want to fight for our Iowa and put on a show. Someone like Naomi, she grew up a Hawkeye fan, and it really was, is this something that, everything you imagined and more, and it totally made her day to represent being a Hawkeye and going out there and competing. So I felt they did a great job, all of our freshmen and our transfers, not everyone thrives in environments like that, and you have to work with them individually on how to prepare for moments like that, and you get to learn how each of them goes out and make adjustments throughout those moments, as daunting as sometimes Carver can be, and for some, but I'll just stop talking there. I'll just keep
Speaking of adjustments, what did you see from Callie Lang late in her match? That was, I think, the only match of the night that went the full 6 minutes.
Yeah.
What did you see from her in terms of adjustments and responding to the situation she was in?
I knew that was going to be a great matchup, where it was going to be a good challenge for Callie. Callie Lang is definitely one that puts in a lot of work and made a lot of adjustments from last year to this year. Her wrestling has grown a lot, and so happy and proud of her for competing the whole 6 minutes, right? She fought for every point that she went to go get, and she fought for every position she tried to take control and own, right? So for her to finish off and finding a way to win, speaks so much of who she is as a person, because she has the biggest heart. She puts in a lot of work, but she has a big heart. She's one that leads with gratitude. She thanks all of us coaches and her teammates on a daily basis, and she's willing, like, to put everything that she has out there.
The Carver schedule's few and far between. You guys won't be back here until mid-January. Did you have a message to the team about maybe, you know, savoring an opportunity like today?
Yeah, you know, the team understands that, like, the schedule, you know, we only have 2 opportunities in Carver, and they wanna, like, soak it all in every chance they get. Soldier Salute at Extreme Arena is another one that they'll be competing in December, end of December, so hopefully people come out to that. You know, the goal is to eventually get more dual meets in Carver, and really it's you know, like, hoping to get that for the future. I think the 2 is good for where we're at currently, but there's growth, you know, the programs are being added. Delaware State started, right? And, you know, I hear rumblings of maybe 2 more D1 programs looking to start too, and we want that. The growth for women's wrestling is continuing to rise, and I think with that, hopefully we'll have more dual meets in Carver.
What are some of the things that you're gonna try and work on as you maneuver through some of these November, December tournaments?
Continue to work on, like, areas, you know, for as a team, you know, to continually to grow throughout the season, individually and team focus areas, and really more than that, the mindset of the tactical and the mental and emotional. You know, like, I think they do a great job, but there's always little adjustments that we can make along the way, individually and as a program and a team.
At 110 pounds, you have Ava Bayless coming back. We see Emily Gonzalez wrestling at 110. Val Solorio's impressed. So can you walk us through that competition, how that's been going, kind of the process of having 3 really talented wrestlers at that weight right now?
Oh, they make our job so hard, because they are so great. All 3 of them are so great, and they push each other. And they're not afraid to challenge each other in that way in the room. And their mentality is, like they know they have to earn that spot, right? It's nothing's a given, you know, and they have to prove it day in and day out. And, like, I'm appreciative for them because, you know, they could be anywhere else. They could be at any other program, right? But they know we're 3 deep at that weight class, and, you know, and Nyla's another one, you know, so it's tough. They make our jobs hard in that way, but they're great people that they just want, and, like, to continue to grow themselves within this program. So
I saw Sterling in her usual self celebrating, going nuts on the sideline. She always does, but I know she medically forfeited a couple weeks ago. Is she doing okay? Just kind of doing the checkup on that.
Yep, no, Sterling's doing good, just being smart about her return to the mat, you know, and we'll see her hopefully soon. And yeah, she's just an awesome person, an awesome teammate.
Kennedy Blades, obviously you've known her for a long time, but what have you learned about her since she's arrived on campus in her first couple of competitions?
Oh man, I don't think I learned anything necessarily new, you know. I've always known her as, like, someone who loves to compete, who loves to put on a show, as you saw today, and she's fun. She enjoys, like, these moments and enjoys her teammates. She is so grateful to be part of a team. It's something different than she's had in the last 2 years, and yeah, and I know she, like, takes school is important for her too. So to have that alongside with being a part of a program that she enjoys being on is awesome.
Last question for Coach Chun.
Brianna had the opportunity to go up against another ranked opponent today. What did you see out of that match?
That's what we want, right? We want that challenge, you know. And I don't know if you know that Brianna and Emily and even Katya, they're from California, and William Jewell, their head coach is from California, Somar Wrestling Club, and that's the club they came out of. So, you know, it really was, you know, not only competing against a ranked wrestler, but a former coach that she wrestled for. Okay. So I knew it was going to be a great match. You know, it's something that Bree does what Bree does, you know, like, she just wrestles the way she does, she's good, you know, and, you know, Alex Weitzman is tough competitor, and,